All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the official Hammer Time podcast. I am your host, as always, Cade. Alongside me is my recapping partner, Jake, and it has been a long little hiatus. We've had some slight roadblocks kind of happen within the scheduling of things between all of us three, really. So, been a hard time to put a episode out for you guys, whether that's a recap, whether that's a preview, whether that's just being straight up active in general. It's just been a really rough past couple weeks, so apologies there. Nonetheless, bets haven't been on top either. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of
We don't have to talk
fell
about
off. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, I don't think, but it's just something to, we're okay. We'll just put it that way. We're gonna be fine. I think the first 4 weeks? I mean, we've made well enough of pretty much everybody's season totals in the first 4 weeks, so we have plenty to be okay with for now. Today, pretty straightforward. Obviously, we're recapping last week, and then of course we will have a preview episode later on in the week, and then
And
of course
morning
before
huddle.
maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I do have a scheduling conflict there as well, so we'll have to see. But
Jesus.
I know, right? It's me. As before we get into it, of course, please make sure you guys are downloading, following us wherever you guys listen to us. That's YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. So yeah, like and subscribe, comment where you guys are, whatever, and be sure to join our Discord. It is free there, and boys are hot during football season. We'll just put it that way. This chat's pretty active most of the time now, and we have some new people. We hit 300 members, I think, a couple weeks ago. We weren't able to announce that, but that was pretty cool. We're kind of been striving for that for quite some time. And of course, follow us on our socials: Twitter at Cad.loxx, whatever else our socials are. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember all of ours off the top of our head.
JDover14 Hammer Time
there we
_ pod.
He wants to be an outlier and not put locks under his name like it's a 14-year-old Xbox gamer tag or something.
Yeah, sorry.
Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much about it. We're going to get into these games, though, and then we're going to kind of do our mock-up of an AP poll at the end, because we've got some shakeups. We haven't really done one since the beginning of the year, so we'll give you guys something to kind of debate us on, I guess, there. And we'll kind of go from there. But today, pure box score watching. I watch the games, but I don't have like any numbers up whatsoever. So again, previews of the app sessions, so you can kind of just sit back and stay tuned for a little bit. So I'll let you start with the games, and then we'll kind of just piggyback from there.
Yeah, so we're gonna do 3 games. Probably the 3 most not shocking, but the 3 biggest ones, I'd say. 3 of the biggest ones. We'll start with Bama beating Vandy 30-14 at home. I'm still so mad that they rushed that touchdown in at the last second and ruined my Vandy plus 13.5. But we're not here to talk about my betting splits. We're here to talk about the actual games. And watching Alabama, it's so interesting because I think when we think of Bama over the past 5 or 6 years, we've really thought of the Bryce Young Bama and the Jalen Milroe Bama, and even the Mac Jones Bama, where there are these high scoring offenses, and the defenses are they're good, but they're not elite. And to me, this Bama team is a lot more of the early and late teens Bama teams. They're not this elite defensive team, but they just don't let you score. You can drive the ball down the field all you want, and you can do whatever you want from 20 to 20. But when you get inside the 20, you're either going to kick a field goal or you're going to turn the ball over, which is what we saw on Saturday with Vandy. Ty Simpson might be the best quarterback in college football. It's very
really good.
It's very close. I mean, he's been on a heater since the Florida State game. Very impressive. I thought they still aren't running the ball well enough, even with Jam Miller coming back. But Jeremy Bernard's so good. Isaiah Horton got more involved on Saturday, which I liked from their offense. Still don't love what I'm seeing from Ryan Williams with the drops and just like seems like they just haven't been using him very well this year. So that's something that they definitely need to work on. And then like defensively, I think everything's great. Like you let up the long touchdown on the first possession, and then basically Vandy does nothing. They have 2 red zone turnovers, and then switching to Vandy. I know a lot of people like Diego is either you love Diego or you hate Diego, and personally, I love Diego because we don't have Diego all the time. But you can't talk that talk, have Johnny Manziel on the sideline, and then fumble the ball in the red zone and throw a pick in the red zone, and then try and trash talk the fans after the game. And I don't know the whole situation with that, but not his best performance, especially in a national spotlight. You've got to be better, and they've got a LSU in 2 weeks. Then they have Texas, still have Tennessee, so plenty of chances to go make some noise. And I mean, they're already better than most people thought they would be at 5-1. They're going to make a bowl this year. I think they'll get an SEC win. So, but I think we saw that. I mean, Bama's probably. I mean, I know like the score was close, but I never ever thought like, oh, here comes Vandy. Like here they come, here they come. Like I always thought Bama was going to win ever since they took the lead. It was more of just how close can Vandy keep it throughout the game, which they did. I'll give them credit for that, but right. I mean, I think right now, and I know FanDuel agrees with me, and all the betting book or all the betting stuff agrees with me. Bama's the best team in the SEC as of right now.
It's yeah. After that Georgia game, it's everybody's been real quiet since that Florida State game because it's like I get it. But at the same time, it's not the same 2-10 Florida State. Like just because they had that one bad year, it doesn't mean the wheels are falling off. I mean, that's a tough place to play in. I mean, Florida State is a good team this year. Miami's just really good, obviously, but we'll get into that later, I'm sure. But yeah, Alabama's not going anywhere. Vanderbilt, they had their chances in this game, from what I watched at least, but they didn't play true to their character whatsoever. And I don't think it wasn't as much a matter of like talent as it was them like not finding a way to win, just period.
They're talented. Vandy's a good football team.
Yeah, we know that, and they've proved me wrong probably twice already this year. And even going back to last year, like it's just we keep doubting this team, and like they just keep putting these games and these scores and these numbers up in these ranks, and it's just like they're not a team to just kind of like brush off the shoulder. Like, are they a contender? No, but I mean, like they're scrappy, and like they can play spoiler in a lot of games. They can piss you off. That's what this team is, and like, when you have a quarterback like that, it's gonna be hard to win, regardless. The only thing. I don't think it was Alabama being a completely different tier above them, or physically enough for that matter. It's just simply they played better. Like they played better football. It's Ty Simpson and the entire offense as a whole. They proved everything about Vanderbilt's secondary, because they haven't seen anything like that all year long until that game. And yes, their numbers fantastic before then, right? Like it's just that's how it was. They didn't really play anything relatively close to that though, like that kind of level. But in some ways, it's just like it was the opposite of what they did last year to them, in a way, quite literally. And because they were like borderline perfect last year whenever they won.
Yeah. And they dominated time of possession last year, which Bama did it this year. Bama dominated time of possession.
Was it 40 minutes or like almost 40 minutes, I think?
34, 35. Bama lost a turnover battle last year. They won the turnover battle this year. And then Bama last year had like 11 penalties or something like that. And I want to say they had like 4 or 5 on Saturday.
Yeah, it's just granted it's probably a bulletin board game for Bama, and I can't really blame them.
Absolutely
That's for sure, and obviously that's going to play a part in any game, especially in college football. There's one. I will say this: the defense they did play good in the first quarter / part of the first half, I should say. Um, I think Ty. I think he had interception very early in the game.
It was the first possession, yeah.
Was it okay? I was going to say I couldn't remember if it was the first or like the second or third or whatever. But granted, it did halt their drive, obviously. But again, those kind of stuff you kind of got to take those plays or take those possessions and just run with them. It's very hard to not capitalize on stuff like that and then go and turn the ball over 3 times on your end and just kind of throw the game away that way. Now, like I said, it's a tough place to play in. That's a tough game to win. There's a ton of people that counted you out in that kind of game, obviously. But yeah, like you said, to have Manziel on your sideline to do all this talking at the beginning of the year and then just go out and do that is kind of embarrassing. But then again, I get it. You've kind of talked your talk. You've backed it up before. I'm not going to slander you anymore. It's a tough game, but I'd like to see them do a little bit more now that they've played their actual test. So, which I do trust them to do. I will say that.
Yeah, they weren't outclassed, like you said. I thought they played I thought the trenches was way better than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, Vandy's secondary is not very good, and when they have to get a lead. If they're not going to have a lead, they're just not going to win games. So
yeah, they're not going to play from behind every single week. It's just not.
In 2 weeks, if they go take a lead on LSU, watch out, because
it's especially that team right now. Oh my God, yeah.
So, all right, this one's going to take a minute. Penn State 37, UCLA 42. My thoughts for this game are more overarching than they are about this game specifically. I'll start with UCLA. I don't even know how you even put into words what that coaching staff, what those players went through over the past 2 weeks. I mean, I know that the OC said it in the post-game presser that they got a plan 2 days before the game started. So Thursday is when they started working on their plan for this game. Crazy. That's the Nico Iamaleava everyone wanted him to be at Tennessee and even to start this year. That's the Nico that we saw flashes of last year. And I'm glad it finally came to fruition. As much as I make fun of him and as much as I hate bet against UCLA because of him, I do want him to do well. Like, I know what he did sucks, but he's a good football player when you surround him and can make it easier for him, which I think is what the OC did. They were able to run the ball efficiently all day, ran it all over him. And then, I mean, they punched him in the mouth. Penn State responded, and then they punched him in the mouth again. And that's resiliency from a football team that could have quit. Like, they could have given up. Their entire team could have transferred, and they came and they played for those coaches, and that's impressive. And I hope this leads to something for them, because I think everyone wants to see UCLA succeed other than USC fans. Like, UCLA is a fun program. It's in a good place. So I'm very happy for Nico, company, all of them. I think that's a great story. To the other side of this, which this is the part that's going to take a while. Penn State fans rightfully are going to call for James Franklin's job. They are rightfully going to call for Jim Knowles' job and Andy Kotelnicki. And I'm here to tell you that they're not going anywhere. The OC and the DC could. Franklin's not going anywhere. It's a $65 million buyout. They're not paying it. I don't care what you say. I don't care what booster you know. They're not paying it. It's too much money. And then everyone leaves. And then you have to get more NIL. It ain't happening. The only way James Franklin is not your head coach next year is if James Franklin chooses to leave for another job. So, and I don't think that's happening now. There were a couple jobs that it could have happened at that I think may have righted their ships over the past couple weeks that I don't think it's happening. Specifically this game, we knew that Oregon was kind of the Super Bowl last week for Penn State. At home, you're off a bye. It's the big game. If you win this one, you could have a top 4 seed in the playoff. You've got all this returning production, all of these things. They lose, and we expected a letdown spot. I'm pretty sure Dylan and Cade, maybe it was just one of you guys, if not both of you, bet UCLA plus 24.5.
Mm-hmm.
Good bet. It was a complete letdown spot. You're going across the country. You just lost a huge game. 24 points, probably too many. For you to not even show up and do anything in that first half is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's terrible coaching. It is terrible, terrible coaching. To even wonder what they did throughout the week. And James Franklin, a lot of people hate him, and they think he's overrated, and they think that he never wins the big game. And it's true. The never winning the big game part is true. He's not overrated, or he wasn't. He lost to the teams that were better than him. He beat the teams that he was better than. He's always done that. In the 10 years he's been at Penn State. He's like, this stuff doesn't happen. Now that it's happened, I have no idea what could possibly happen in the next 2 or 3 years. Because at some point, this buyout's going to get small enough. And I do think he's gone.
Eventually.
Whether he leaves or whether it's hard to see them firing him. But to bring around this whole discussion of Penn State, this was the year. This was it. Everyone talked about it, even when they lost last year. Drew Waller's coming back. Singleton's coming back. Katron Allen's coming back. Offensive line's back. We're going to bring in portal receivers. We brought in Jim Knowles. You just let UCLA score 42 points. Nico Aliava threw for 8 passing yards in the second half. 8. And you lost. To bring this all back and to finish kind of the whole point of this is like, you're dead this year. Pick a new team if you're a Penn State fan, because you're not making the playoff. I don't care if you beat Ohio State, because you still have to play Indiana. You still have to play Nebraska. You still have to play. Who's the other one? There's one other one.
Yeah.
One other good team that they have to play. I don't care if you go 10-2 and win out. You're not making the playoff. You can't lose to that team. That may be the only win they have this year. You're not making the playoff.
It's Iowa in 2 weeks, but it's also at
Iowa.
night. So yeah, that's
But I think, and the sucky thing is the staffers know, the coaches know, and the players know that their season is over. So, I mean, maybe you go 8-4 this year. Maybe you go 9-3. I doubt it. I think you lose 2 more. I think Indiana beats them. I think Ohio State beats them. So I think at best you're 8-4. I hope, and I haven't even mentioned Drew Aller. It says something when your offensive coordinator has it on 4th and 5 and you run the ball. That says something about your quarterback. And they kept the wrong one. I know I've seen that said a couple times. Bo Perbulo would be undefeated right now, as he is with the team he's on right now. So, sucks for Penn State fans. Happy for UCLA fans, but yeah.
I don't really know what to say. Just because, first of all, Penn State fans are probably the funniest people I know right now, especially because it's just kind of hilarious. Like a silent rivalry with us being Notre Dame. It's just been really funny to watch, especially since last year's semifinal. Because it's like, it's all that they've talked about was like that, like we agreed. I mean, like this was the year. I mean, I'm pretty sure I bet them to win the Big Ten. just because it was right there in front of my face for a decent price at the beginning. And I'm sitting here laughing at myself now. But
I said they would go 11-1 and lose in the Big Ten championships. Find me a person that didn't have Penn State in the Big Ten championship, because there's not one.
I really don't. I mean, technically, I didn't, just because of my crazy Washington take. But I mean, yeah, it's just
But that's my point. You bet them to win the Big Ten. So
that's of course I'm gonna have them. Yeah. I have no words. Slight recap from last week, I guess. Oregon is a lot better than we thought, first of all.
Or is Penn State bad?
Then again, yeah, I think, and honestly, I think this week's going to determine that, because we have Oregon and Indiana this week, which is a really good game for both teams, really. But we'll get into that later in the week as well. If you do, for whatever reason, and quite frankly, I'm with you, I don't think that they get rid of him. I don't think that he leaves. Even if they did, who in God's name? Yeah, who in the world are you going after? There is quite literally not a single person that maybe even wants this job right now. I've seen multiple people say, like, oh, what about Arbuckle? What about Joe Brady? Are you out of your mind?
You want to bring Arbuckle?
Yeah, I've seen that on Twitter, like Penn State Twitter. People are saying Arbuckle. Arbuckle and Joe Brady are like too big. I'm like, you guys are out of your mind. Or even Eck, for that matter. No, it's not. No, it's not happening. I apologize. Yes, you can hate the guy. I'm all for it. As I said, overrated is maybe a stretch. It's hard to say that, because like, you look at all these games, all these whiteout games, all these Big Ten championship games, all these ranked games for that matter. I mean, how many have they been like actually favored in? None. Like, Oregon was probably the first one in I don't know how many years. Honestly,
it was the first one.
Like, it's for the part of being favored, you're not expected to win the game. Expected. Quote. If you don't have that little plus thing, you're an underdog. You're not supposed to win the game. And you're going to get, like, Grant, yeah, you can be mad for not winning the game as a fan, or as a bettor for that matter. You're not going to win it every single time. Like, it's like some of the best teams that we've ever seen in Big Ten football history that this dude has played up against. Multiple national championships, as a matter of fact. Two of them, as a matter of fact.
3, because
technically 3.
2016.
Technically 3. The jokes write themselves. And like, about this game specifically, it's an embarrassment. Pure, utter embarrassment. And Neuheisel, which, what a story, first of all. That's got to be like one of the best like stories like of the year by far. That's super cool for that guy. Literally wasn't even given a play sheet until Tuesday of the week. They said in the post-game presser they had 2 days to go over a game plan, and then they just went into the game. 5 first half scoring drives.
They punted once.
It was their first opening drive touchdown in 10 games. Granted, and here's the thing, I want to preface, first of all, this is gonna tilt some, maybe. I love Jim Knowles. I think that guy's one of the most phenomenal defensive masterminds probably in the game right now, specifically. You can call for that dude's head all you want, and Ohio State fans are honestly laughing because they can't even choose if they like Matt Patricia or him more. I mean, he gave you one of the best defenses that we've ever seen in the history of Ohio State football last year. Like, that was insane. Granted, the players that he had probably fairly made it easier, sure. I just don't want to blame that entire loss on him, because it's way more than the coaching at this point, in my opinion. Like, they took an onside kick in the first quarter. And I don't know. It's just there wasn't like time of possession. First of all, matters a lot in this, and especially in this game, a ton. Normally, UCLA had the ball for more than 39 minutes, so nearly 40 minutes of the game. So double of what Penn State had. So the gap was 9 minutes in the first half, and then they ran only 21 offensive plays.
Jesus.
Like, so they had to not only efficiently work the clock in the second half just to even remotely have a chance, which they did. But yeah, Nico, phenomenal job. I don't know what else to really. I mean, yeah, it was really good. But like, dude, that sideline was just. It was just bad. I don't know what else. I really don't know what else to say. It's Penn State's offense. They do play with a lot more urgency though when they're trailing behind. I think I have noticed that's last week and this week, as a matter of fact. But dude, it's what a way to go out. Like honestly, now what do you do? Because the way that I was doing, like just looking up stuff after the game on Saturday, because I was just dumbfounded whenever I saw that first half score, and I'm like, oh my god, they're really gonna lose this game. The last time that they lost to an unranked team was 2021, and that was that Illinois overtime game. I know they remember that one too. That was really funny. It just like not only does this put a ton of pressure on them, but like you're not making the playoff if you lose one more game, and quite frankly, you're probably losing 2, maybe 3. Like it's like granted, this might have taken you out. It probably will. And I've seen so many. This is what made me laugh. Some people that's a 10-2 Penn State with wins over. Well, see this. Okay, now that I actually think about it, might not be. No, actually, no. Screw that. 10-2 Penn State with a win over Ohio State, Indiana, and whoever else they played. That was. I don't even think they have any other ranked team on their schedule at that point.
Nebraska, if they get ranked.
Maybe Iowa if they keep winning in a couple weeks. They have 1 week to do that, but I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think that they're getting in over like a Notre Dame or something like that. It's just not justified enough. Not to me, just because I'm a biased fan, but I mean, you want to compare losses, go right ahead because we'll gladly do that. But this is inexcusable.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't get in over a 9-3 SEC team.
I don't think so either.
Like with this new strength of schedule thing, no, you're done. You're done. Promise you're done.
Yeah, I think this is it. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. Actually, it kind of makes me happy because I can't stand some of you Penn State fans. Rob's an exception because we agree on a lot of things, and he's a Notre Dame guy. But other people, specifically people in like my old Irish Tribune account from Penn State from the semifinal last year, yeah, this one's hilarious. So I'm enjoying this. I'm not gonna lie, but have fun.
All right, last one, last controversial game we'll have to do here. Then we'll have some fun. 49, Texas 21. Florida moves to 2-3. Texas moves to 3-2. I'm talking about Florida first. I think Billy just saved his job again. And this is what happens when you want a guy fired and you don't fire him. He has a chance to win, and that's what he did. I said it 2 weeks ago when they played Miami. I said this team will not quit on him. They are going out there and they're going to play for Billy. I was wrong on the Miami score, but here they are. Huge getting Dallas Wilson back. That dude is a monster. Jaden Ball, they finally let him run the ball. They finally ran the ball first and let Lagway pass second, and look what happened.
It opens up so much.
It made it so much simpler.
So much.
And you have Dallas Wilson, who you can throw the ball up to. And their defense is good. It's one of the best units in college football. Like, this is what we wanted from them against USF and against Miami and against LSU. This is what we want. They're not going to make the playoff, but they sure as hell can go 9-3 or 8-4. I think they could win every game on their schedule. I think they're good enough. I think Billy probably kept his job right there, depending on as long as they don't lose like 4 games. Like if they go 7-5 or 8-4 and better, I think he keeps his job again. And I think he should. They fight for him. They play for him. Yes, the losses are inexcusable. The USF one specifically, that's inexcusable. But this is why fans get so frustrated, is because this is what they look like when they play complete games. So, good win. You got to go on the road to play A&M now. So, good luck with that one. But good win, and you can build on it and keep going. Like, your season's still there. It's still all there. You have one SEC loss. You can still make the SEC championship. Still at 9-3. So, on the other side, it's hard not to overreact. And I really don't want to. This offensive line is atrocious for Texas. They thought they had the guys to replace what they had last year. Didn't go after transfers, and it's backfired. Bad. Very bad. And you're going to see all these Twitter people and all these reporters and all these people talk about Arch Manning this and Arch Manning that. Arch is not great. He's not the best. He's not anything anyone expected him to be this year. But watching that game, what's he supposed to do when he's got 1 second to throw the ball? Like, what's he supposed to do? I don't know. Like, the only reason, and not to mention, they can't run the ball. None of their running backs can run the ball because their offensive line's terrible and the running backs aren't hitting the holes. So Arch Manning is your leading passer, your leading rusher. And, like, yeah, the defense is elite, but the defense can't play on the field for 40 minutes. Now you have to go play Oklahoma, and you still have to play Georgia, and I'm sure I'm missing other, like Vandy. Like, I could see Vandy beating this team.
Probably.
A&M would murder them right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say the season's over because they can still make this championship.
You have a lot of opportunities ahead for sure. Yeah.
And they could still make the SEC championship game. They've got one SEC loss too. Though loss to Ohio State doesn't count for making the SEC championship, get in the auto bid. So, but if it doesn't turn around this week, I do think they're dead. If we come back next week and we're talking about Oklahoma beating Texas, I personally think they're dead for this year. And I also, it makes me wonder about some of those guys on that team and what they're thinking about. A la Arch Manning, Ryan Wingo, some of those guys. Because it's not Ryan Wingo's fault. It's not those 5-star wide receivers' faults. They're open.
You just cannot get them the ball to save their life. Yeah, this was, I think we found Texas O-line is a liability.
Yeah.
I do want to say, like, when he was given time, he was okay. Like, it actually wasn't all that bad. I won't lie. He did have a really good throw. I forget at one point it was, but it was like that back of the end zone throw and catch, which was actually nice. But we know what he's capable of. We all know that. Like, we've seen it before. But at the end of the day, if you give him, like you said, if you give him these wide receivers, but I mean, like, if you have no O-line, dude, you're playing the SEC. You're going to have some problems.
You thought Florida's D-line was good? Have fun with Oklahoma.
It's going to be, it could be bad.
Yeah. Florida's best defensive lineman didn't even play.
They're not, yeah. They were out like multiple.
They have one of the worst pressure rates in the country and just had 5 sacks.
Granted, it doesn't mean that they're a better line if they have a low pressure rate, but
No, Florida's D line has
okay.
one of the lowest in the country in pressure rate. Like they can't rush the passer, and they had 5 sacks.
You see, okay, yeah, that's a difference then. Yes. Texas's defense, on the other hand, they we know that they're good. Maybe. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying there. But yeah, again, it's just they made like Lagley look like they were like the last like 6-game stretch last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was like, I don't want to say vintage because it was literally just last year, but that's what we expected like this year, like all season long, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I just cannot stand the fact that it took them that long to get that kind of thing going. It's really frustrating, honestly, because it's going to kill us out of our, like maybe our win total. I don't know. I'm not really there yet. Maybe we might be okay. I don't know. But just to see how like from the Ohio State game, like going back to all the way back to then, their offense from then and from this past week, yes, they put up more points, but they look like just as dead then as they did this past week. Like I just genuinely don't think that they have seen an incline at all. It's just been nothing but like horizontal movement, lateral movements all season long until they play. Not even, actually, no. And not because they even haven't looked good when they played freaking like San Jose or was it ULM? I don't know who their non-con was at the beginning of the year after
UTEP.
Ohio State. UTEP. I mean, like, because we bet on so many overs at the beginning of this year,
Yeah, don't tell me
begging
again.
this team to get to like 40 points. Just get to 40 points and we can like maybe win a total. They just did not do it like at all. I don't know what to say for this team either, honestly. Again, I don't necessarily think that you're dead, but it's just like I think you're in one of those boats now where it's just like, can you win a big game with him at QB? If you can't, like you're not getting anybody the ball. Like you could not run the ball to save your life this past week either, for that matter. Like, there's like honestly no hope on that side of the ball as of what it looks like right now. And like, I don't know if it's an offensive line issue. I don't know if it's a quarterback issue.
I think it's both.
It very much so could be both, because I didn't see it. I honest to God, didn't watch this game, but just going off from what I did watch during this game, apparently, did the backup come in? I don't
Through a
I don't even.
seed.
Okay, I was gonna say, if I remember that correctly, and everybody was like, "Hold the phone, leave this guy in."
Yeah, no, for real.
But again, I don't think Stark's gonna be that guy to just be like, "Yeah, bench Arch in this kind of game and just put in your backup." No, that's not happening. But at what point during the season does like he play that bad enough to just, you know what, here's your shot kind of thing? I don't know. Honestly, I think this week is the game to make any decision that you're going to make as a coach or anything like that. Like honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if we see some like Caleb Williams type stuff when Lincoln benched what's his face and then puts in Caleb, and then
Rattler.
this team comes back and wins. And like I don't at this point, it's really not that out of the picture.
Yeah.
Like some high star recruit just to come out of nowhere and just play like absolute hammered dog crap for the first 4 weeks of the season. I'm not buying in. Maybe he just needs time. Maybe we're giving him the Lagway treatment, because then again, we kind of thought that he was pretty bad his first year, roughly. But towards the end of the year last year, especially, like I said, looked like that Heisman guy that we wanted this year. And quite frankly, this week he did look like that guy. So I don't know if it's time issue. I don't know what the issue is. But it's something that Sark as a coach needs to figure out, and the offense as a whole need to figure out, because they need to start getting their playmakers the ball. Because otherwise, bye-bye.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed on everything there. I don't have any other games. Miami beat Florida State, and the box score is fake. If you look at box scores, Miami dominated them. Miami might be the best team in the country. So
I will talk. We're gonna get in the AP poll, and I'm gonna rant about that as well. But
sure.
yeah,
Well then, let's do it.
cool. Wait, oh my god, I didn't even see they put up 19 points in the fourth quarter. What in the world?
Yeah, it's the fakest box score ever.
I didn't even see that. I literally stopped watching this game.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
terrible.
what?
Yeah.
What? Oh, never mind. I lied. I do. Because I had Florida State plus 4.5, and he goes to kick a field goal on for Norvell.
It was the right call. It was the right call.
I get it. But God, as a better, that hurt. That hurt so bad.
You also didn't deserve any part of that cover. They got dominated.
Oh, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. AP poll time, though. We have one of the newest
the newest
1 through 25, and I have some questions.
Okay.
But I'll let you can, I guess we can kind of just go down the line. I don't really know. I mean, I think we're gonna do like our mock up after, or I guess just kind of just piggyback off of whatever right now.
Sure. Just list them 1 through 5, and then we can do it that way.
First, I would this is just more of a reaction thing for me. I don't like 1 and 2 at all.
I would swap 1 and 2.
I don't think this is close.
Yeah, I mean
this is not me hating by any means whatsoever. But genuinely, at this point in the season, I'd put that 1 probably at. Am I stupid for maybe saying 3 or 4? Is Texas a quality win? Is putting up 14 points on them a quality win? Is winning by 7 against them? I don't know.
Probably not.
And then after that, who else have they played that we don't know about? Not Washington. A thing. Who is? I mean, I don't know. Am I hating? I don't know. Yeah, Miami is freaking dude. That this should not be a discussion.
I agree. I think Miami should be 1.
Yeah, that's kind of blasphemy in my opinion. First of all, granted, yes, they can make. Honestly, I thought about this the other day. If we get another 2001 Natty, that would be actually pretty sick. But I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, top 5 wise, I'd say it's pretty ideal. I mean, I can't put. As much as I would honestly want to, just because of how good that they've looked since Florida State, I would love to put Bama in here. But it's I said over A&M, over Ole Miss. No, not right now. It's just 1 through 5. It feels like a completely separate tier from 7 and the rest right now. Honestly, it's just a completely different league.
Yeah, my 1 through 5 is the same, but I have Miami and Ohio State flipped.
I would say so. Yeah,
I'm not moving Ohio State down. I get it with the one thing. They won the Natty last year. Until they lose, they're not going to go anywhere. I get that.
Oh, yeah.
But I would still have them at 2, just with how things have looked so far, personally.
I don't think I'd put them below Oregon. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, at least. Maybe until after this week, but I don't think it's enough. But I just don't agree with the 1 and 2 spot right now. 6 through 10. I don't really have many issues. Oklahoma, Indiana, Bama, Tech, and Georgia.
I have an issue.
Okay, after looking at it, never mind. Yeah. I maybe you have the same one. I'm curious.
Why is Tech not ranked above Bama?
Close, but similar. Yeah.
I mean, that's my issue. Tech is undefeated. They beat the door. Every win they have this year is by more than 24 points, and I get it. They've played a pretty easy schedule, but I mean, they beat Utah and Houston by over 24. One of which was on the road.
They said like they were getting upset this weekend too, which is kind of funny. I'm glad I didn't buy into that, but
Like, Bama's been impressive post Florida State win, but guess what is on their resume? The Florida State loss. It's on there. It's still there.
unfortunately,
Like, that is how these rankings are supposed to be. It is a full season thing. It is not based off of what they did the week before.
then
So
again, I'll preface rankings don't matter, first of all. But
no, and they don't matter until they don't matter until
right, and they literally don't until like that first or
the
not
college
even
football
first
playoff one, and it's the
until the
last one.
final
That's the
one.
only one that matters.
That's literally it.
But yeah, I have a problem with an undefeated Big 12 team who has looked dominant being behind a Bama team that lost to Florida State by 20. It's not like it was close.
No. No. I was
Everything
gonna
else I'm
say.
cool with.
I was honestly gonna say. Well, I was honestly gonna say I had a problem with Indiana being above Alabama, but if I put Indiana below Alabama, I would have to put Tech above both. That would be the stretch that I have, I guess.
Yeah, I
But then
don't have a
again,
problem with that.
it's pretty close. I don't want to say it's a problem. It's just kind of like eye twitching to see them that high, I guess, at that kind of number.
Yeah. Indiana, and it's also a thing, like they haven't played anybody outside of Illinois. So like
And
let's see
Illinois
them
was
this week.
Yeah, it's just Illinois was also down like how many starters on that defensive side when they went up 60, but whatever.
I mean, they could have put up a fight, but yeah.
A little bit better, sure. 63 nonetheless. I think that's 11 through 15 with LSU, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, Missouri, and Michigan.
Yeah, I got a problem. I'm fine with the 5 teams. The 5 teams is fine. But in no world should LSU be ranked above any team other than Michigan in this tier. They haven't beaten.
I was going to say 15. Yeah, I was going to say 15, but that's
fine. I have them at 14, Michigan at 15. Michigan hasn't played anybody either, so until Michigan beats a good team.
I was going to say they've the same thing. They've played
Nebraska.
They're supposed to beat.
They beat Nebraska. They beat Nebraska. Whatever. Yeah, like have you seen LSU's offense this year? Like I don't.
It's non-existent.
The only teams they're going to beat are teams that have no pulse offensively. Florida, Clemson. Like, yeah, good wins. I'd have them at 14. I would have Tennessee at 11. I would have Georgia Tech. No, sorry, I'd have Missouri over Georgia Tech personally right now. I think Missouri's been more impressive. And once again, Georgia Tech's one win that they have that's so good is Clemson. Who's terrible.
Right.
Like, we got to rate these wins, like, as we go. Clemson looks worse and worse. That win gets worse and worse. I get it. They were ranked at the time, but I mean, now it kind of looks awful for Georgia Tech. They took them a game-winning field goal to beat Clemson.
Right. At that point, yes.
So yeah, I would have the same 5 teams have a problem with the order.
I agree. I would like to see Tennessee directly behind Georgia, given that matchup was that close.
Yeah, I think it should be Bama, Georgia, Tennessee. Until Tennessee and Alabama play.
That's fair.
And then whoever wins that, it can maneuver or stay the same.
Whatever, yeah. I guess this week we'll find out if Missouri is deserving of that spot. So that should be a really fun game for them. 16 through 20 with Notre Dame, Illinois, BYU, Virginia, and Vandy.
Yeah, I've got problems here. Problems you're not going to like.
That's fine. I mean, I'm all for it because, quite frankly, why did we jump up that high or that much for that matter?
Yeah, jumping 5 spots is ridiculous. 1, 2. You shouldn't be ranked right now. Like, no offense to you guys. I get the losses are
people. Yeah,
they're good losses. I get it. They're good losses. If you should be ranked, you should be in the 20s at the very least. There's no reason that you should be
A
16.
2-loss team should be roughly. Yeah, I don't think that.
And you haven't, and no offense, but they haven't beaten.
They haven't
anybody.
played anybody. They haven't
Yeah.
beaten. Yeah.
Woo! You beat Boise and covered. You covered. Woo!
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did.
It
21.
was 20. No, it was 20 and a half.
Didn't you? Did you win by 20?
Yeah. No, we won by
Oh.
21.
Oh
Or,
yeah, you covered
no.
then. You covered.
No, we. Wait, did we?
You covered.
Oh, we did. You're right. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you covered. Anyways, they haven't played anybody. If I was doing it, I would have Illinois 16, BYU. I'd have BYU 17, Vandy 18, Virginia 19, and then Arizona State at 20. So bump up, take Notre Dame down, bump up is what I would do. Keep the same order. But like Illinois, bad loss, but they beat USC at home. That's a good win. They beat Duke, good win. And then they handled business against Purdue. BYU, they haven't lost to anybody. They played well. Like I feel like they should probably be, slightly higher, honestly. Vandy, I don't think they should drop 4 spots for losing on the road to a top 10 team. I think that's ridiculous. Virginia, big win, and then Arizona State. Mississippi State's a good football team.
Right. I don't really know. See, it sucks as a fan because, like, I get both sides with having the losses literally be 2 and 5. But, like, at this early in the year, like, a 3-2 team being almost borderline top 15,
It's ridiculous.
like, that's insane. But rankings are quote unquote rankings. Like, if you're going off of, like, see, this is the problem that I have with a lot of people is because their quote unquote rankings are okay. Ohio State's number 1 because they would beat 1 through 25. Miami's number 2 because they would beat 3 through 25. That's not. Yeah. Sorry, that's like 7. Like or Indiana would be 8 through 20. Like it's just that's not how stuff meshes like that.
You're not predicting anything. Stop trying to predict stuff.
That's not how this works. Yeah.
You're ranking weekly, just off of the results you already have. Stop trying to predict.
Right.
This is power ratings.
We say this every week. We say this every single week.
Yeah.
And it's we say the same stuff.
Yeah. I have an even bigger problem with 22 through 25.
I honestly, my ranking list of 16 through 20 would probably have to be BYU, Illinois, Virginia, Notre Dame, and then Memphis.
Sure.
Personally, I'm honestly all in on Memphis this year for that. And then at 21, Vandy, 22, Arizona State, and then so on and so forth with those. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. But
I've got 2 problems here. Did anyone that ranks teams know the point spread for Iowa State?
Watch, yeah.
They were underdogs.
This is a big issue.
They were underdogs on the road. And they drop 8 spots for losing by 8? What are we doing?
Box score watching again.
Oh, it's Cincinnati, unranked team. It's an unranked Cincinnati team. We have to drop them so far. Like, no, you don't. You don't have to drop them that far. You can rank them above Arizona State if you want. You could rank them above Vandy. Like, yes, they were supposed to lose technically based off of betting perspective. They were underdogs. You don't drop underdogs 8 points or 8 spots. Memphis should be higher. USF higher. FSU should not be ranked.
No.
They have one good win. They lost to Virginia. And then they got boat raced by Miami. I don't think they should be ranked, personally. If I was doing it, I would have Florida State and Notre Dame off. They would be my 26 and 27. I would have Cincinnati and USC ranked. Personally,
I can get behind that.
I think Cincy should be ranked.
I absolutely think they should be ranked. I think they should be. I'll preface by saying it. Iowa State, you can argue. Yeah, I like the argument of putting them higher. 8 spots is kind of nuts. But in this kind of ranking in the AP world, I would have at least liked to see Cincinnati be ranked ahead of Iowa State after this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, even then, like if you're favoring them and then all of a sudden you're just not even going to rank them, much less rank them at all. I think that's when I got a problem.
Yeah, you can scrap your AP poll from the week before. Like, I don't think that
Yeah.
people know that. Like, you don't have to go back and be like, oh, well, I had them at 15.
Well, we had them here.
lost.
Yeah, no.
Now what do I do? No, you don't
I think
have to
there's
do that. Just re-rank them.
There's a massive issue with the AP poll voters this year, though.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like, there's been a multiple weeks where I've been like asking myself if these guys even watch the games.
Oh, they
because
don't.
it's bad.
Don't worry.
It's so bad.
They look at box scores sometimes. They may not even look at a box score.
And then
Sometimes they just guess.
I just don't like how they put. I mean, no, I don't actually. They put back in South Florida after beating Charlotte. All of a sudden, you put Memphis back in, or you put Memphis, or were they even in? No, they put them in all of a sudden after beating Tulsa.
No, Memphis and South Florida were already in. They were 23 and 24 last week. They were 23 and 24 last week.
Okay, wait.
You might be looking at the week before.
Week 7?
Yeah, mine say they didn't
week
move.
6. Week 6 was BYU Virginia. I'm tripping. Hold on, what's going on here?
Yeah, week 6. Oh, that is weird. Yeah, no, you're right. That is weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just thought I was tripping for a minute.
So South Florida was 26, and Memphis was 29th. So yeah, Memphis beat Tulsa.
And then they go on stage.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I mean, I'm okay with that move. Like, Texas and Penn State shouldn't be ranked, so I'm cool with that.
No, they shouldn't. But granted, which I get. Honestly, what that probably is right there is just like spot fillers.
And it's Florida State losing, so they moved them 3.
Seeing them beat Florida and then Florida beating Texas, I feel like that's probably a part of the equation in there somewhere. Memphis is the one that I don't really understand, but then again, they're 6-0. But then again, North Texas is also like 5-0.
Oh, Louisville.
True,
Louisville
I forgot about that one too.
Which I mean, they lost at home in overtime.
Were they already out?
They might have been close. They might have been like 26.
I thought Louisville was like 28 or something. Yeah.
Louisville last week was, they were like 29th, 29th. But they dropped further.
I just have multiple problems because I just feel like there's a lot of teams that are getting kind of like left out at this point. And it's like an argument for every one of them, honestly. When you have like UC, you have, honestly, at this point, Nebraska, maybe. USC, I think. North Texas, if they win this week, I think they're absolutely in. That's at this point.
Yes.
Utah, for that matter, even then. Yeah, the more that Texas Tech wins, and like Utah's stock is still pretty steady until they beat Arizona State this week, if they are supposed to. That is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of issues that I have. And then you go to power rating standpoints, and it's just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Completely different story. Like,
of course.
Texas at 20, BYU 21, Vandy 22, Washington 23, Memphis 24, Auburn 25.
Yeah.
USC's at 13.
Mm-hmm.
Missouri's at 8. Indiana's up to 3. Here's the thing. This is, to me, I would almost tend more to that style than any other AP poll voter in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff that I kind of will more approve of. And yes, that does leave out teams like Georgia Tech. That does leave out Illinois. That does leave out Cincinnati still. Who else is there? I mean, that leaves out, let's see, Iowa State. That leaves out Arizona State by a lot, too. Good God. They're at 39th on this. Virginia's 51st. Like, it's like there's a lot of misconceptions in it. But then again, that's the power rating world. It's a completely different world. But then again, like I said, I tend to myself to these numbers way more than any other one, in my opinion, personally. That and SP Plus, I would say.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'm pretty sure that might be it for today.
I'm good if you're good.
If there's anything else that you would like to rant on,
I've done my ranting today.
We didn't have a lot to rant about today. It was just really there was really only like those games that were on, nothing too crazy. This week should be a fun week. Let's see. I know we have to preview multiple. I'm gonna say multiple. Well, yeah, it's a good amount. They have a few. How many ranked games are there this week? Red River's not anymore, but 1, 2, 3.
Just ranked on ranked. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so there's not really that many ranked games, but a lot of these like ranked unranks are supposed to be absolute bangers, and I'm all here for it personally. So
yeah, there's only 3.
With that being said, we will get the preview to you guys for this. Morning huddle, I'm more than likely not going to be able to make that happen this weekend, unfortunately. Some scheduling constraints there. Next weekend, though, I will be back because, drum roll, whatever happens. But I'm going to USC Notre Dame 2 weeks, so that'll be a banger. Super hyped for that. As far as who I'm going with, I don't know. So, Jake, if you want to fly on down, brother?
I'll be in Knoxville.
Oh, no, I don't know who I'm going with yet. Honestly, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I will be there no matter what. And then yeah, we'll see you guys later on this week though for the preview for that. Other than that, there's not really much else to hit on, so we'll let you all go. Have a good rest of your all's week until then, and we'll hopefully get better at betting before Thursday. Maybe not. We'll bounce back. It's all right. All right. Peace, blessings. Love you all.